Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming my what I read in November video. I know it's a little bit late, but I just haven't had much time to record lately. I only recorded like one video last week, which was my Rightstuf holiday sale pickups. But today is Sunday, December 13th, and I woke up a little bit early to try and film this video for you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. I didn't read too many series this past month, but I did focus on one series that is pretty long, so that kind of took up most of my monthly reads. But yeah, before I start, I just wanted to say, for those of you who aren't subscribed yet, if you guys like this type of content, I do a lot of videos on manga, anime, 4K Blu-rays, a lot of pickup videos, and I do love collecting, and I love collector's editions, so I mainly pick up a lot of collector's editions of a lot of items. Usually if they have a collector's edition, I try and pick it up. So yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing all that packaging, definitely go ahead and subscribe. And for those of you who are subscribed, I just want to let you guys know that I did start an Instagram. I'm kind of starting it, and I've never really been a big Instagram user, so I'm getting used to how to post on Instagram. That's all pretty new to me, but yeah, I plan on posting deals there. Usually I like to tell you guys about deals in my videos, but I feel like sometimes I take too long to tell you guys about the deals. So I decided to start an Instagram where I'll probably post deals there, and you guys can, if you guys are following me, you guys will see those deals as soon as I find them. I'll probably post them. And it won't be limited to Rightstuf. Right now I just have a few posts about Rightstuf sales and stuff going on there. But even with like the Target buy two get one free sale, sometimes people don't know when those are going on, and I usually always find them. So yeah, I'll let you guys know about all the sales I find on there, as well as stuff that I'm reading and stuff that I'm watching as I'm watching them. So yeah, if you guys are interested in that, definitely go check out my Instagram. It is same as my YouTube channel, the Blu-ray Collector, or the BR Collector. But yeah, without further ado, now let's get into this video here. And the first series I want to talk about that I read last month is Bleach. Now, Bleach is an anime that I watched. It was one of the first animes that I watched. My wife loves this anime, and I loved it as well. I think it's one of my favorite shonen series. The battles in that anime were just some of my favorite. Especially that Ulquiorra versus Ichigo fight. That's probably one of my favorite fights in all of Shonen Jump. But yeah, I finally got around. I mean, I did pick up this box set a couple of months ago. I did mention that I picked up the box set number 3 for Bleach on an amazing deal on Facebook. I got it for 50 bucks, and I finally started it last month, and I started by reading these 6 volumes, which cover the first arc after where I ended watching. I think the anime covers this, but I stopped watching right after Ichigo defeated Aizen. So I never saw this in the anime form, but reading through it, I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. I mean, I love these characters, so just kind of going back to them and meeting all of these characters and seeing what they're up to after the whole Aizen stuff occurred was fun to read. And the art style, man, I really love the art style in this Bleach manga. I think so far from the manga that I've read, it's probably my favorite art style. Here's a good example of some of the awesome art that you can see in this series. I'm not sure how the art style is at the beginning. I have heard that the art style does get better as the manga progresses, similar to the anime. I noticed in the anime, the beginning of the anime was definitely much worse than sort of the later half of what the anime looked like. But yeah, here's a nice panel here. And then here's another one with Kenpachi here, which is one of my favorite characters in Bleach. He's pretty awesome. So yeah, definitely going back into this series, I did enjoy the characters and the art style. However, this first arc, this Genjo arc and sort of the Fullbringer arc, I think is what they call it. Overall, the story I thought was actually a little bit lackluster. I thought it was just sort of just filler, not really filler, but just an excuse for Ichigo to get his powers back. Which, I mean, to be honest, in the end, everything that he went through in this series was kind of pointless. Because, I mean, I guess spoiler alert, because at the end of this manga, or at the end of this arc, He ends up just getting back his Shinigami powers from the captains, I believe by being stabbed by a sword that all of the captains put some of their power into. So yeah, it kind of defeats the purpose of everything he learned as far as like the Fullbringer power and everything. So yeah, it wasn't my favorite story-wise, but definitely a good introduction into the art style for this manga, which I guess is a little different than the anime because it's all in black and white, and it actually goes really well with this series because, I don't know, as you guys saw in some of those panels, the black and whites, I mean, the way that this, I guess, Tite Kubo uses his blacks is perfect in my opinion. So yeah, overall I'd give this arc here about, honestly, like a 6 out of 10. Alright, and then I did continue reading Bleach a little bit into the next arc. And now that we got this out of the way and Ichigo got his powers, we go straight into the 1000-Year Blood War Arc. Which honestly, so far I'm loving this arc. I think it's basically the rest of the series is just the 1000-Year Blood War Arc. And just these first couple of volumes that I've read into this arc, a lot of crazy stuff happened and I'm really into it. I can't wait to continue and finish this. I did only read 7 volumes into the 1000-Year War Blood Arc because I did want to read some other series, so I kind of wanted to take a break from Bleach. But in December here, I am probably going to continue it and hopefully finish it. I have been reading a little slower lately, but I need to sort of pick up the pace a little bit if I want to finish this series in December. But yeah, so far I'm loving it. I mean, the Quincy's are coming back and they're basically wanting to annihilate all of the Soul Reapers, and right now I have no idea how they're gonna stop them. But here we have Lord Yewatch is what they call him. He's basically the leader of these Quincy's that are trying to get rid of all of the Soul Reapers. And these Quincy's, they basically have this power that allows them to absorb and take away the bankais from the Soul Reapers. Whenever they try to use their bankais, they can actually take it away from them. And again, spoiler alert, but they have already taken away several bankai from some of the main captains, Byakuya being one of them. And this volume in particular was pretty crazy. I thought, well, actually these 2 volumes were crazy. I mean, some stuff happened here that just shocked me. If you guys haven't read it, I won't spoil it for you guys, but man, this was some great stuff here. These volume 57 and 58 were probably my favorite volumes so far. There was some great stuff in here. If you haven't read it, I definitely recommend you guys to, I guess, just form your own opinions, because I know the 1000-Year Blood War Arc has mixed opinions. Some people love it and other people hate it, but I would give it a shot. I love it so far and I can't wait to see what happens. Alright, and then in this volume we go into a little bit of the backstory between the Kenpachis, more so the original Kenpachi, Captain Uno Hana here. Another great volume here. I definitely loved the contents that were inside of this one as well. And then yeah, the rest of these are just kind of the Soul Reapers that made it out alive from the initial attack from the Quincy's. They're basically in training mode here, so it is kind of slowing down here, which is why I decided to stop here and focus on other series. But yeah, so far from these 7 volumes that I've read so far, I mean, man, these first couple of volumes, those are like 10 out of 10 content, and then it does slow down a little bit. So overall, I guess I'd give these volumes that I've read about a 9 out of 10. I think it's really good so far. Alright, this next series I was kind of reading alongside Bleach. I would read 1 volume of Bleach and then 1 volume of this one. And it is pretty short right now. There's only 4 volumes out at the moment. And it is for the ecchi series, the Elder Sister Like 1. So yeah, there's quite a bit of ecchi in this one, but I will say that it's quite tame. I mean, there's not too much like full nudity in this one, just a bit towards the end, like on volume 4. But yeah, this one just kind of follows this little kid, Yukun, who is kind of, had a tough time. I think he lost both of his parents, and then he's kind of just been being tossed around the rest of his family members. He seems like a good kid, but for some reason they just don't want to take care of him until eventually he ends up with one of his uncles, and he does take him in, and I think he's good there, but then eventually something happens with that uncle and he's hospitalized, so he's just alone in a house. But one day he does go into the attic and he ends up running into a demon. The demon lord Chio, shown here in the front. This is in her demon form, and yeah, when he finds her, the demon lord does ask him, or does tell him, that he would grant him one wish in exchange for that which he values most. Which I'm curious to see what that's gonna be, I guess, at the end of this. But for now we don't know. But he did wish for her, the demon lord, to be his sister. Since he has been alone for a long portion of his life, he just wanted somebody to be there with him, a family member. So he asked the demon lord to become his sister. And so yeah, she grants him this wish, and she basically turns into a human and becomes his sister. For how long, I still don't know. But the rest of the series is just kind of like a slice of life almost. It's just them going through different situations, and some things aren't quite funny when, like, because she is a demon lord, and she like tries to serve him. When they start to cook for the first time, she wants to serve him like eyeballs and like stuff like that. So it is pretty funny. You do run into situations like that, where to the demon lord it seems normal, but to a normal human it's not quite as normal. But yeah, as far as the art goes, it is actually drawn really nice. They definitely draw the demon lord, well, here she is in her human form, but she is drawn really nicely here, especially in one of the more provocative scenes. I thought they did a really good job with her. But story-wise, I mean, to be honest, for me, I would just say that it's okay. I mean, like I mentioned before, it is sort of just like a slice of life, and it's just this kid, Yukun, just sort of teaching this demon lord how to be an actual sister. And yeah, for me, I mean, to be honest, I'm just not a huge fan of slice of life anime or manga, so it's probably the manga that I've enjoyed the least from all of the ones that I've read so far. But I mean, if you guys do like slice of life, maybe you guys will enjoy this one, so I would still give it a shot. I mean, to be honest, it was a lot more wholesome than I thought it would be. So yeah, if that sounds like something that you would enjoy, definitely give this one a shot. But for me, I would probably end up giving this one about a 6 out of 10. And I'm actually not too sure if I'm going to continue this series. I may even end up selling these because I do kind of want to just keep more manga that I personally enjoy and would probably go back and read them at some point. This one, I do actually want to continue the series, so I might continue it digitally, and I'll probably sell these on Mercari. So if you guys are interested in these, I will have them up on Mercari at some point. I do always have a link down below for you guys, so check that out. All right, and then finally moving into the last series. The last one I read was the Quintessential Quintuplets. And I am bringing in my limited edition Blu-ray box set here, just because I wanted to do a quick comparison between the manga and the anime, and kind of give my opinions on which one I enjoyed more. And I did talk about the Blu-ray a little bit in my what I watched in November video. But yeah, this series basically follows Uesugi-chan, who ends up becoming the tutor to these 5 sisters who are quintuplets, each with their own personality. And my favorite at the moment, as I mentioned in my last video, is Miku. But yeah, this story, I mean, it starts off as him being a tutor. I'm not sure if that expands later in this series, but just these first 4 volumes of the manga and what we watched in the anime is him being their tutor, and you know that he's gonna end up marrying one of these girls. I'm hoping that it's Miku, but I have a feeling that it's gonna be Itsuki. And as far as the manga, I did read the first 4 volumes, which actually line up perfectly with what happened in the anime. And to be honest, for this series, I think that the anime adaptation is really faithful to the manga. I've really noticed no real differences between the manga and the anime. Just a few things one of the things that I did notice was that in their date, well, the first date that they had between Uesugi-san and Itsuki was so this was one of the things that I noticed. I don't remember this being in the anime, it could be, but they were playing this shooting game, or at least Atsuki was, and then Uesugi came right by her side and just to kind of help her out. And yeah, I thought that was a pretty cute scene and that I don't remember seeing in the anime. But yeah, other than little scenes like that, it was pretty much 1 for 1. And personally, as far as my enjoyment, I actually think I preferred the manga slightly, just because the anime, the voice acting, I wasn't a huge fan of it, and there was really no like memorable music in the anime. Sometimes I really love anime and I would much prefer that over the manga because of the music in there, but no, I mean, it's pretty generic music. The art style also is pretty generic. It's pretty much the same art style that's used in a lot of similar animes like this one. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed the anime. I watched the anime first before the manga and I loved it. And now that I'm reading through the manga, the art style is pretty much the same. I think the characters look pretty well as well in the manga versus the anime. They transferred them over to the anime really well. But I don't know, I just prefer this format, I think. And I'm definitely glad that I picked up the entire manga series. I do want to continue this one and just read through it the whole way and see which one of these quintuplets our main character ends up with. And I also am curious to see if they do go past this whole tutor phase. I don't know if they can keep that up for like the entire series, but I don't know, I guess we'll see. So yeah, the Quintessential Quintuplets. I enjoyed this manga quite a bit, and I would give this series an 8 out of 10 for the manga. Here's my best girl at the moment, Miku. Love this cover. I think there's a better one later on. I think I remember liking another cover with Miku slightly more than this one. Oh, and also, actually, for the Quintessential Quintuplets, if you guys are interested in picking up this box set, Rightstuf is actually having it on sale this week during week 3 of their holiday sale. They have this one for 45 bucks. So I will leave a link in the description down below if you guys are interested in picking this one up. It is a nice box set, and I do have an unboxing video for this one that I'll link up here in case you guys want to see some more details on what's included inside. But yeah, definitely a good deal, and would pick it up if you haven't picked it up already. Alright, so yeah, these are all the manga that I read this month. Only 3 series, but 21 volumes in total, which is definitely an improvement over October, which I read 13 volumes. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about my reads. Let me know what you guys are reading, and if you guys like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.